Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, if you want to know how the racket works in Ukraine, it worked exactly how it worked in Soviet Union and Russia in early 1990s. Soviet Union and then Russia, or how it worked in Romania in the Eastern Bloc. And there is a group of people who worked for other group of people, sold the wealth of the nations they were planted into. I will show you. Russia just designated a guy as a foreign agent. Now, when I saw that, I was like, let me see, I think I know you. And indeed. And I will link that guy, how he sold Russia and its wealth by being high in the government, Yeltsin's government. He helped the privatization of Russia to the Western and guys in Russia with Western money. I'm not going to go too deep in this because I'm on YouTube, but I will give you enough information so you can connect the dots. I will connect this piece of information with how the Americans are trying again through the same people take over Ukraine's, in this cases, resources. And then after that, maybe Russia in the near future. All right, let's start with this first article. This article comes from Russia Today. It is from April 12, 2025. Russia designates Mr. Yes, former foreign minister, remember foreign minister, as foreign agent. I said, what? Andrei Kozyrev, who was Moscow's top diplomat in 1990s, has been given the nickname over his pro-Western stance. That is, I sell you everything these imbeciles Russians have. I will do it for you. And who are you? You're my brothers. We're related. And I'm going to show you. Here you have. The Russian Justice Ministry has designated the country's former foreign minister, Andrei Kozyrev, a foreign agent according to the data on its website. This will help you also understand why they hate Russia and Putin. Because Putin kicked these guys out. Let's move on. Kozyrev, who was Russia's top diplomat between 1990 and 1996, the privatization area, was branded Mr. Yes by the media over his alleged willingness to agree to any terms suggested to Moscow by the US and its allies. That sounds like an agent to me. The nickname is a reversal of the one given to the long-time Soviet foreign minister Andrei Gromyko, who had been called Mr. No in the West for always firmly standing his ground. Well, is this guy? When I read this right here, I said, I know who you are. Kozyrev, 74, currently resides in Miami. According to open source data, he occupies the position of vice president at International Drug Producer and Developer, ICN Pharmaceuticals. You can make shit up. The former foreign minister was among 3 people added to the list of 4 foreign agents on Thursday. The ministry said in a statement that Kozyrev had, and I'm quoting, disseminated false information about decisions made by the Russian authorities and the policies they pursue, as well as false information aimed at creating a negative image of Russian armed forces. He interacts with foreign platforms and lives outside Russia. That's not my problem with this guy. My problem is something else. My problem is with resources. You see this guy right here? This is going to be my next guy. But hey, let's look at this guy. Andrei Kozyrev. Here is the guy. And what I found interesting here, right, is right here. He was seen as supporting Yeltsin's liberal democratic outlook and tried to develop Russia's foreign policy immediately after the fall of the Soviet Union to no longer see NATO as a threat. That means lower your guard, pursue integration with the West, and not assert itself in the former Soviet countries. All right, so Papa Diga Paka Paka, I found this, and early life and education. He is partly Jewish. a coincidence. But wait. We have this guy who is also Jewish. He's the Prime Minister of Ukraine. This guy was what? The Foreign Minister of Russia. So this is right here. Good job, Shmihal. He is, Europe should be built around Ukraine. Integration with Europe. For whose benefit? For the Ukrainian people, we're told. Cooperating with Kiev is a chance for the European Union to rediscover its identity. Like what? A Judeo-Christian identity? Then it's Shmihal has claimed. Right here. Alright? So he wants something. Next, he's Jewish. Look at this guy, Trump, who is not, but he's for. He's sold. 12 of April. US wants control of key gas pipeline in Ukraine. That means he's going to control Europe and the Russians. Why? Because I can. So they get in. And who do you think is going to control the pipeline? Mr. Johnson or Mr. Richardson or I don't know, Jones or William Tate? No, it's going to be Shmihal and Zelensky and Yermak and Reznikov and Kissinger, which I'm going to discuss later, Victoria Nuland. These guys are going to control it. And then you wonder, man, these guys are good with money and they're very smart, man. You're going to see them everywhere. I want you to figure out how many Romanians. Remember, Romania's population with all the diaspora is more than 25 million people. Let's say 28 million people. Jewish population all over get to about the same amount. Now, how many Romanians have you heard being, in positions of financial power or political power? I'm listening. That would make us baboons, ain't that? Are we baboons? I don't think so. We don't cooperate the way other groups cooperate. Kevin MacDonald's book, that's a good one that you should read. The demand, not one, but anyway, the culture of critique, that's what I'm talking about. The demand is an Easter egg contained in a minerals deal that Washington is pressuring Kiev to sign, the news agency has said. So he wants the Eastern eggs contained at the latest draft. He wants the minerals, and Zelensky doesn't want to. So far. But look what I have here. You see over here, down here? Right there. I'm going to get to that one. Zelensky offered U.S. Zelensky is Jewish. Offered U.S. Ukraine's, the nation of Ukraine's wealth, rare earths deal under Biden. Blinken said. Blinken is Jewish. So Zelensky, Jewish, gave Blinken, Jewish, right there, I offer you. All right? But he's going to give to the U.S., I guarantee you that, because this guy is going to work things out. And this guy right here helped other people work things out. Let's move on. I'm not saying anything. You draw the conclusions on your own. So he says, utilizing Ukrainian resources is acceptable, but not in the manner Trump proposes. We have to be in control. The former Secretary of State has claimed. Next. Do you remember this guy? Henry Kissinger? Huh? You remember him? So he was what? He was an American diplomat and political scientist who served as the 56th United States Secretary of State. Secretary of State, like this guy right here. Right? And he was a national advisor, security advisor, under Nixon and Ford. This guy. Okay? But he was making the America's foreign policy, like Blinken, like next, this criminal. Why do I call her? Madeleine Albright. Again, I don't have to say that she is Jewish. Obviously she is. And I can go again to this guy, also he's Jewish. But it's just a coincidence, okay? So there you go. Why do I say this woman is a criminal? Remember that interview, was it in the US? She was interviewed, I can't remember, it was 60 minutes, I don't think it was 60 minutes, but you can find it still online. When she's asked during the sanctions imposed on Iraq, there was an estimate of about 500,000 Iraqi children died because of the sanctions imposed by the Americans on Iraq. And she was asked, Madam Madeleine Albright, do you think the price is worth of 500,000 Iraqi children to die because of the sanctions? And she said, yes, I think the price is worth. They were talking about children. Were they guilty of anything? So she's a criminal. Anyway, and the guy in charge of her was also a criminal. That's why I call these guys criminals. And next one, let me show you. Grant Shapps, you know who this guy is? If you don't, it's okay, I will show you. So he is right now, he's Secretary of State of Defense. All right? There you go. He was, he's just a guy over there. So this guy is the British politician. He's British. No, he's Jewish. Who served as Secretary of State for Defense from August 2023 to August 2024. And he was all for destroying Russia. Next one. Opa! We can't have a soup without, whatever those are. Victoria Nuland without salt. She's also, and she was the Undersecretary of State and together with, in who's, right here. And not only, you can go, I'm just showing you a few, my friends, just a few. And who is this guy? Who's this girl? Steve Witkoff, born on March 15th, 1957. He is an American billionaire, real estate. He's Jewish. This guy right here. He is the United States Special Envoy in the Middle East. He is talking to Putin. But Putin, Russia is not a Middle East country. And he is with Ukraine. And Ukraine is not in the Middle East, by the way. But he is in charge, not Rubio. I don't think Rubio is in charge. This guy is the guy. Again, he's going to be the foreign minister of America. How many Romanians? Give me a few names. Give me two names. Give me one name. In important countries, not Romania, Albania, Hungary, or no. Tell me how many Romanians you found, not in Israel, because those are not, they were just born. I'm talking about, let's say, Germany, France, China. All right, give me Great Britain, United States of America. You want me to go and include Canada? I mean, tell me a name, tell me two names of a foreign minister of this country being Romanian. But how many I mentioned here? This is what's going on, my friends. This is what's going on. They're just smarter, better than you and I, unless you're not, you know what I mean. That's one of the reasons why they hate Putin and they want Putin out, so they can plunder Russia. They can plunder Russia. And they want to plunder Ukraine. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Everything, actually. Why stop there? Next is China, but I don't know how they will deceive the Chinese. Probably through some traitor Chinese leaders that they will promote with money and opening the doors for them. They will not be the ones like Witkoff and Nuland in plain view, in plain sight. No, they're going to be their people screwing their own nations. How many Ukrainians have in charge of Ukraine right now? I tell you, Budanov and supposedly the foreign minister, I can't remember his name, he's a baboon anyway, but nevertheless. And he's doing whatever he's told. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.